It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Joined, as always, by Brock Hewitt up in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and tonight, we're going to see the pros battle through a heavy downpour. This could be a contest, Brock, where the team with fewer miscues because of this weather is the team that walks out of here with a win.
Yeah, I'll co-sign on that. I think that's great analysis. This is also a game as a player where you do have to flush the circumstances. You got to be aware of the wetness. You got to be aware of your gloves and your hands, everything else.
Yeah.
But you can't let it just be your sole focus, right? You've got to have the mental toughness to persevere through this pretty inclement weather.
Here's Tylan Wallace on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Drive starts with an option, right side. Oh, the football's loose. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Wow, that was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap, and he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the coaches on the sidelines, that drives them crazy to see the ball on the ground. And you know how precious this ball is in this game. Got to take care of it.
The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This is Henry on second, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Now Jackson on third down. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, come on.
Now it's Lamar. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He had to pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Ready, shot.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running once more with Henry. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. McCole Hardman now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Down. All right, go. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Normally, when we say somebody's on skates, we're talking about that offensive lineman, right? Driven right back to the quarterback. But I think it's applicable for the entire offense to be on skates. 2 plays, 2 negative plays. Got to find something positive here on 3rd down.
DB's out there for the Ravens. 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Love out of the shotgun. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. No return on that punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Come on, on.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
180. Shot.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Shot.
They'll send their tight end right.
Shot.
Jackson now on 3rd. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Packers taking the field now, their 2nd series of the game coming up. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive.
Ready up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Love from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Jaire Alexander with the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing
Here
game.
we go. Set. Go. Hut.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Set.
They bring the tight end in motion.
Set. Up.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Another try following the sack. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Report!
Lamar off to play fake. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They start out 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, here's Lamar. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Go.
Jackson yet again. Finding Flowers. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. They put Flowers in motion right. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Henry on the option. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play fake with Jackson. Taken in by Likely. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're running the option short side, and they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Middle. We change it. 13.
Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on first. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready?
Shotgun now for Love. Stays in the pocket, and he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Set cut.
Love. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Ready. Smith, red. Yellow, run.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cut by Jacob. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Packers send out their punting unit. He'll back deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's incomplete left side. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it sets up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Finish it hard.
Jackson to throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Begins his return at the 16. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And the Packers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the inner harbor. And it's the Packers with work to do on 2nd and 12.
Down. Ready.
Throwing, Love. That's reeled in by Jaire. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Loves to throw again. He's trying to push the field. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Packers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Wallace with a return here. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Hey, Alpha's hot. Finish it. You. Touch.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
180. Nice shot. Sit up.
Play action, here's Jackson. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Nice shot. Middle. Nice shot.
Jackson's gonna throw again. Cut at the 10-yard line. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, Baltimore! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now they'll try the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Nixon now to return it. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Hardman with a return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Set.
Love from the gun. Ravens swooping in, and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
Here we go. Set. Quick. Yellow.
Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Flushed out of the pocket.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
They're out now, ready to punt it. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. His kick is away, but it is short and straight up into the air. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Ravens and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
180.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Shut up.
3rd quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D-tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
180. Shut up.
Lamar off to play fake. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Yo.
Now Jackson. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play fake, Jackson. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Packers pick it up! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Packers all set to get back out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now, following the turnover. That's Reed on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Takes the handoff, now Love. Gets this one to Watson. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be first down, Packers.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Jacobs with it. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Check white. Check pink.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Love out of the shotgun. He brings it in. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Love looking to pass. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
The kick by Folk is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On the return, here comes Justice Hill. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Ravens returning their offense and this running back to the field. And their defense held up after that fumble, only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them, get some points of their own. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He puts some power on a deep one left. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. We got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Henry on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Hey, middle.
Another run for Henry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 3. It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Ready, shot.
They send a tight end in motion. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
180. Sit on.
Running once more with Henry. And he's able to push this down to the 12. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
No, we changed it. Shut up.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. 180. Ready, shot.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. Third and just 2 to go.
Get hot. Hey. Let's go. Get hot.
Out of the gun, Henry. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now second and goal.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
You are X.
Trying down the middle with Henry. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on third and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
Here's a give straight up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the fourth. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Hardman with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Shotgun now for Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Ravens swooping in, and they bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this second half. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry, and he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Hey!
Now Jackson off the play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Yo!
We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Running this with Henry. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Jackson now on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. Out now runs the Packer offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Okay, ready?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Taken in by Dobbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. From the 17. That's into the hands of Dobbs. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Opposite. Green, Smith, red.
Love now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
97.
Loves to throw again. He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense up to the line fast. This is reeled in by Reed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.